There are truths in life that cut deep. These aren't just slip-ups or harmless misunderstandings. No, these are choices, intentional actions. They knew exactly what they were doing. They shattered your trust, inflicted pain, and left scars that cut deep. But should you give them the chance to hurt you all over again? This isn't about revenge or holding on to anger. This is about you, about protecting your peace, your boundaries, and yourself. Worth understanding. The difference between a forgivable mistake and a deliberate act of harm is how you take back control of your life. In this video, we'll uncover why those who hurt you on purpose don't deserve a second chance, the cost of letting them back into your life, and the strength that comes from walking away with self-respect. Your happiness and peace are far too precious to be entrusted to someone who deliberately hurt you. Now is the time to set your boundaries and live the life you truly deserve. The damage done. Mistakes and intentional harm exist in completely different worlds, and recognizing this difference is key to safeguarding your peace. Mistakes come from confusion, poor judgment, or simply not knowing better. They are unplanned, uncalculated, and often accompanied by genuine regret. But intentional harm? That's a completely different story. It's a deliberate choice made with the intent to hurt and break trust. It's not a momentary lapse. It's a calculated betrayal, and its consequences can linger indefinitely. Imagine you have a close friend you deeply trust. One day, you open up to them about your dream of starting a business. You share your plans, fears, and hopes, trusting they are on your side. But instead of supporting you, they silently steal your idea and claim it as their own. You don't hear it from an apology, you find out through a public announcement on social media, where they present the project as theirs. Their betrayal doesn't just steal your idea, it destroys your trust, making you question yourself for ever believing in them. Intentional harm isn't just a single act, its impact spreads like ripples, affecting everything. You're not only hurt by the immediate betrayal, but you also lose your sense of safety and confidence in relationships. Questions race through your mind. How did I not see this coming? Could I have stopped it? Was this my fault? This is how intentional harm begins to erode your self-confidence, planting seeds of doubt not only in the person who hurt you, but also in how you evaluate all your future connections. Stoic philosophy reminds us that our worth isn't determined by what happens to us, but by how we choose to respond. This is your moment to acknowledge that intentional harm is unacceptable, and you have every right to set boundaries. Boundaries aren't about revenge or resentment, they're about protecting your peace. Refusing a second chance isn't just about protecting yourself, it's a declaration of self-respect, a clear statement that you deserve better. Think of trust like fragile glass. A mistake might leave a small chip, but intentional harm shatters it into countless pieces. Not everything that breaks can, or should, be repaired, and that's okay. Your true strength lies not in fixing what's lost, but in rebuilding your life on a stronger foundation. The impact of intentional harm isn't limited to just one person. It changes how you see trust in relationships as a whole. You may become overly cautious, questioning if it's ever safe to be vulnerable again, or fearing that anyone could betray you. But this is also your opportunity to recognize your inner strength. Walking away from toxic relationships isn't weakness, it's a powerful declaration that you value yourself and your worth above all else. The scars of intentional harm may stay, but they don't define you. They stand as proof that you are strong enough to rise, rebuild, and take control of your own life. You can't control what others do, but you have complete control over how you respond. Use that power to set boundaries, safeguard your peace, and build a life that reflects your true worth. Remember, you have the power to decide who gets access to your life, and those who deliberately hurt you should never get the chance to do it again. This isn't just about self-preservation, it's about standing tall and knowing your true worth. Why they don't deserve a second chance. Forgiveness is powerful. It heals, frees you, and helps you release resentment so you can move forward. But forgiveness is not permission, it's not an open invitation for someone to return and hurt you again. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself. It lifts the weight of anger off your shoulders, but it doesn't mean you owe anyone the chance to hurt you again. Strong individuals recognize this difference. They understand that forgiveness can, and should, coexist with boundaries. Guarding your peace is far more important than holding on to a relationship with someone who never valued it. Picture this: Lucy, a bright and kind-hearted soul, put her trust in a longtime friend. One day she discovered that this friend had deliberately spread false rumors about her at work, damaging the reputation she had painstakingly built. When confronted, the friend apologized endlessly, promising to change, believing in second chances. Emma forgave her, but months later, it happened again, this time, even more calculated. Lucy realized that by allowing this friend back into her life, she had unknowingly sent the message that their harmful actions carried no real consequences. That realization was Lucy's turning point. She realized that forgiveness doesn't have to come at the cost of her peace. Lucy's story resonates because it's a lesson many of us share. Those who intentionally hurt others often count on being forgiven. Without accountability, they repeat their actions, believing they can escape the consequences. Refusing to give a second chance after intentional harm isn't cruelty, it's self-protection and a firm message. There are boundaries, and they are non-negotiable. Boundaries aren't selfish or harsh, they are a reflection of clarity and self-respect. Boundaries protect your peace and keep you from falling back into a cycle of harm. Giving another chance to someone who intentionally hurt you isn't just risky, it's a compromise of your inner stability and self-worth. Those who intentionally cause harm rely on others to forgive and forget. Choosing not to let them back into your life is a powerful act of strength. Forgiveness doesn't mean giving someone a place in your life again. It's a tool for your own freedom, helping you move forward without the weight of resentment. Releasing anger and pain doesn't mean leaving the door open for more harm. Forgiveness and boundaries are not mutually exclusive. They work together to protect your well-being. Letting someone back into your life after they've intentionally hurt you isn't just a risk, it's a trade-off. It puts your peace, safety, and self-trust on the line. By doing so, you send a dangerous message to both them and yourself that your peace is negotiable, that your boundaries are malleable, and that the harm caused to you is something you're willing to endure. Again, this is the ultimate erosion of self-worth. Stoic philosophy teaches that true strength isn't about enduring endless pain, it's about choosing to walk away from it. Setting boundaries isn't weakness, it's a declaration of self-respect. Strong individuals refuse to tolerate repeated harm. They know that keeping distance from those who cause pain isn't a lack of compassion, it's a necessary step toward stability and peace. Establishing clear boundaries not only safeguards your well-being but also creates space for healthier relationships. Think of your life as a garden. Toxic people are like invasive weeds, draining your energy, taking up space, and offering nothing of value in return. Removing them isn't an act of cruelty, it's creating space for flowers to bloom and thrive. You don't have to stay trapped in cycles of harm. By refusing to give second chances to those who intentionally hurt you, you take the first step toward a life built on strength, joy, and self-respect. Forgiveness is a gift, but protecting your peace is your responsibility. Don't sacrifice it for the mere hope that someone will change. Choose yourself, choose your worth, and step into a future free of harm where you control the narrative of your life. The cost of letting them back. When someone intentionally hurts you, deciding to let them back into your life isn't just about giving them another chance. It's a heavier burden than it seems, because the harm doesn't stop, it repeats, escalates, and cuts deeper into your trust, self-worth, and peace of mind. Imagine a wound that never gets the chance to heal. Instead of being treated and protected, it's torn open again and again, each time more painful, each time leaving deeper scars. This is exactly what happens when you let someone who has already hurt you back into your life. Now, imagine a close friend you trust completely. One day, you share with them an important project idea you've been working on tirelessly. Instead of supporting you, they secretly take your idea for their own benefit, disregarding all your hard work. When you uncover their betrayal, you feel devastated, but rather than walking away, you convince yourself that maybe it wasn't intentional. Maybe I should give them another chance. So you let them back in, only to be hurt the same way again. Your trust isn't just broken, it's shattered. Intentional harm doesn't just wound you in the moment, it creates a ripple effect that lingers long after. It alters how you see yourself and the world around you. You start asking questions like, why did they do this? What did I do wrong? Am I not good enough to be treated with kindness and respect? These questions aren't just unsettling, they erode your self-esteem, leaving behind doubt and insecurity. Letting them back in doesn't just delay your healing, it traps you in an endless cycle of hope and disappointment, waiting for a change that may never come. Instead of moving forward, you remain tied to the very environment that caused your pain. Even worse, every time you let them back in, you send an unspoken message: your behavior is acceptable. This not only makes it easier for them to hurt you again, but also reinforces their belief that their actions have no real consequences, and when they see no reason to change, the cycle of harm continues, unchecked. But perhaps the most significant cost is the missed opportunity for a better future. Every moment you spend giving another chance to someone who has hurt you is a moment taken away from relationships and environments that could uplift and support you. Instead of investing in connections that bring you peace and fulfillment, you stay trapped in instability and pain. Stoic philosophy teaches us not just to endure challenges, but to understand that real strength comes from controlling our responses. Refusing to give a second chance to someone who intentionally hurt you isn't cruelty, it's wisdom. It's an act of self-preservation, it's a way of saying I deserve better. It's an affirmation that your happiness isn't tied to someone else's ability to change, but to your choice to protect yourself from further harm. So instead of focusing on the cracks, wounds, and burdens they've left behind, choose to protect your peace. Walking away isn't weakness, it's the strongest, most empowering choice you can make for yourself. You deserve a life free from intentional harm, a life built on trust, respect, and kindness. Don't let another moment be taken from the life you deserve. Now is the time to choose strength, break free from pain, and create a brighter future. Choosing strength and moving forward. True strength isn't about clinging to what no longer serves you. It's found in the courage to let go of what weighs you down, the determination to walk away from harm, and the unwavering belief that you deserve better. Walking away isn't a sign of weakness, it's one of the most powerful choices you can make. It's a statement of your worth and a commitment to your peace and happiness. Now, imagine carrying a heavy backpack filled with rocks. Each rock represents a painful memory, a broken promise, or a betrayal. The longer you carry it, the heavier it becomes, slowing you down and draining your energy. Walking away means setting down that backpack, releasing the weight, and freeing yourself to move forward. It's not about forgetting the lessons those rocks taught you, but recognizing that you don't need to carry them anymore. Take Emma, for example. She spent years in a relationship built on hope, but her partner continuously hurt her with lies, broken promises, and disrespect. Emma held on, clinging to the good memories and believing the words, "I'll change." Yet every time she gave him another chance, she felt more drained, questioning herself and her worth. One day, Rachel realized that holding on wasn't helping her heal, it was keeping her stuck. So she made the choice to walk away. That decision became the turning point where she rebuilt her life, finding relationships rooted in respect and love. Stoic philosophy teaches that while we can't control others' actions, we have complete control over how we respond. Letting go isn't about losing hope, it's about refusing to be bound by pain. It's an act of freedom, a declaration of autonomy, where you set firm boundaries to protect your inner peace. Clinging to toxic relationships or situations doesn't just slow your journey, it robs you of the chance to experience something better. Every moment spent clinging to someone who harms you is a moment lost for yourself, lost for healing, joy, and personal growth. You can't build a brighter future while constantly looking back at the cracks of the past. Letting go isn't easy. It requires facing fears. The fear of being alone, the fear of the unknown, and the fear of acknowledging that someone you cared for intentionally hurt you. True strength comes from facing those fears and rising above them. It's looking yourself in the mirror and saying, "I deserve better." Letting go doesn't mean forgetting the lessons of the past, it's like putting down the heavy backpack while still carrying the wisdom those rocks have taught you. Those lessons shape your future decisions, helping you create healthier boundaries, nurture better relationships, and remind you that you deserve kindness and respect. Stoic philosophy teaches us to focus on the present and look toward the future. You can't heal in the same environment where you were hurt. That's why walking away isn't just about leaving the past behind, it's about creating a new path forward. It's the first step toward a better life. A place where you find peace, confidence, and the strength to grow in ways you never imagined. So, how do you take that step? Start by turning your focus inward. Invest your time in activities that bring you joy and purpose. Maybe it's writing, learning a new skill, or surrounding yourself with people who genuinely appreciate you. Next, set clear boundaries, not out of anger, but as a calm affirmation that you won't accept what harms you. Finally, trust in your ability to move forward. True strength isn't about never being hurt, it's about overcoming that hurt and emerging stronger. Emma found peace and joy once she chose to walk away. She didn't just walk away from an unhealthy relationship, she opened the door to new opportunities, she built new friendships, pursued the business she had been postponing, and found joy in the little moments she once overlooked. You can do the same. Strength isn't about changing others or holding on to what no longer serves you. It's about recognizing when enough is enough, when to walk away, and when to choose yourself. True strength is the ability to let go, to heal, and to build a life that reflects your real worth. Remember, you don't have to carry the weight of those painful rocks. You deserve peace, meaningful relationships, and a future filled with hope. Walking away isn't the end, it's a new beginning, the start of the life you truly deserve. Remember, you are not an open book for someone to fill with painful chapters. Refusing to give a second chance isn't about holding a grudge, it's about valuing yourself. It's a bold declaration that you value your peace, self-worth, and happiness more than their vague apologies. They had their chance and they chose to hurt you. Why hand over the keys to your peace to someone who intentionally broke it? Stoic philosophy teaches us that true strength isn't found in holding on, it's in knowing when to let go. It's about having the courage to close one door and open your heart to new opportunities. Opportunities that bring you into healthy relationships built on trust and respect. If you believe no one deserves a second chance to repeat the harm, hit the like button. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it, and don't forget to subscribe. Comment. I choose myself to affirm that starting today, you will walk forward with unwavering strength and self-respect.